took the dry. Welcome back, guys, and welcome to another episode of Connecticut Angler. So we're out here today on an unlisted stream, so we're gonna give this one a secret stream designation, going for wild brookies and potentially wild browns as well. But this is kind of an interesting stream for a number of different reasons that I want to quickly go over. And hang with me here, guys. It's worth listening to the backstory. For one thing, this was a state-stocked stream. However, since then, stocking on this stream has ceased. It no longer gets any stocked fish planted in its waters. Number two is this stream does have some influence from a stocked lake that it feeds into. Now, that being said, I fished the lower section of this small stream yesterday. If there was going to be any input from that lake into the stream, I would have found them yesterday before I really climbed too high in elevation, and I didn't find really anything. In fact, yesterday was kind of a flop overall. I ended up fishing for 3 or 4 hours. I didn't catch anything for a very long time. I started to get quite discouraged. I did eventually come to a pool where I had a fairly decent sized fish rise to an elk hair caddis. But later on, I came to a waterfall, decided to really dredge the plunge pool. Got one. And I got a little brookie, maybe 6 or 7 inches, to take a streamer. Oh my gosh. That ended up being the only fish I found over a very long time fishing that lower section of the stream yesterday. So today, we're actually significantly further upstream. I guess you could say this is the headwaters of this small stream, though. It's really a headwater stream to begin with, so this is sort of the headwaters of the headwaters, I guess. And the final part of the story. Going back almost exactly 3 years, I was fishing the lower section of this stream and I caught an absolute behemoth brown. It measured 20 inches and it absolutely blew my mind that I caught that fish on a black woolly bugger. It was just extraordinary. And I've always wondered about where that fish could have come from. Was it a stocker fish that came up from the lake? Could have been. Was it a holdover fish from back when they still stocked the stream? Also a possibility. Was it a wild brown? Well, we know from survey data that there are wild browns here, so that's a possibility too. I will never know for sure, but it has definitely emblazoned this stream on my mind, and I really haven't come back to fish it since. And yesterday and today are the first times I've been back here. Now, I don't think I'm gonna catch a 20-incher today, but I'm just interested in seeing what this stream holds. Now, like I said, when I came here yesterday and fished the lower section of the stream, it was well below my expectations. I really thought we were gonna have a pretty damn good day. And to have only brought 1 fish to the net, I was really pretty surprised by that. But we're on a much different section of the stream now. Again, the headwaters of the headwaters, so to speak. I'm curious to see if our luck will be a little bit different here. Anyway, this has been a whole lot of talking, more than I like to subject you guys to in the beginning of a video. So let's get geared up and let's get started. Okay, busting out the 3-weight here. Still got my rig tied on. Gonna be fishing a dry dropper. Just got a stimulator up top and a Prince nymph down below. And we may have to tweak the rig a little bit depending on the depth of the water, the speed of the water when I get out there, but let's see what we can do. All right, guys, here we are down at the stream, ready to get started. And wow, this stream looks absolutely beautiful, really in full springtime mode here. You know, it's been spring for a little while now, but today it finally feels like spring. And as you can see, we have mosses, We have mayflowers coming up. We have all these ferns coming up along the bank, grasses. The mountain laurels, those are pretty much always green, but these beautiful mountain laurels overhanging the stream. Just a gorgeous stream. I'm really, really excited to get started. Another sign of spring here, guys. We got the beautiful false hellebore. Ooh, nice spot right here. Nice spot. We're gonna get the tail end of this little pool first, then the belly here, and then up at the head of the pool. Third time's a charm with that spot. Oh, we had a fish come up and take the dry. Third time was a charm. Ooh, will that fish take again? Will that fish take again? Yep, got him. Yeah. Oh, am I gonna lose him in the fast stuff here? Come on, yeah, we got him, guys, on that big number 10 stimulator. Wow. All right, guys, getting it started off so quick. And I'll tell you what, I have a really good feeling here. I probably shouldn't be too presumptuous, but we got this started off so quick. I'm really thinking that the headwaters of the headwaters, right? The upper section of this stream, it may just be the real performer here. And perhaps I was kind of just, well, arguably wasting my time on the lower section the other day. But yeah, wow, a dry fly eat on a rainy day like this. I mean, that fish hit not once, but twice. Look at this, guys. I just accidentally hooked with my nymph and encased caddis. You see the caddis larva is inside this wooden casing here. Very cool. It's interesting, this is something of an overflow channel here, so during really high water episodes, the stream would be jumping its banks, and the bank would probably be, you know, right over here instead of over here. And you always kind of look at some of these areas and you wonder if you're going to find brookies in these places. Honestly, it's pretty rare. Boy, I should have gotten my polarized glasses. Luckily, I actually walked downstream before I started fishing, so I'll be getting to my truck in maybe 200 feet or so. I'll be able to get my polarized glasses so I can see my dry fly a little bit more easily. We got one. I lost my dry fly, like I was telling you guys, really hard to see my dry fly with all the glare, and I just kind of lost it. And for lack of knowing where it was, I just gave it a hook set, and guess what? A fish had actually taken it under. That's why I lost it. And this little guy took the hare's ear. Not bad, not bad. A little smaller than the last one. Equally as beautiful though. Just gorgeous, guys. Just gorgeous. In this particular case, at least for now, I'm going to continue with this compromise of using the dry dropper rig and favoring those topwater takes. If I can get a couple more topwater fish, that would be really, really cool. And we might be sacrificing some numbers by not really dredging the bottom with those nymphs, but I'm going to make that compromise in this particular case. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is, as I'm sitting here, you can see this is where I just caught the fish over here, but I got this big rock over here in front of me, and this is kind of sheltered from the current over here, and there's all these water striders. Kind of makes me wonder if maybe, you know, these water striders, these big leggy bugs that sit on the surface, aren't what the trout might be mistaking the stimulator for. Again, like this fly is almost of equal size to those water striders, and it is kind of this leggy monstrosity, just like the water striders are. So, you know, who knows, guys? All right, we have a really long run here at this tail out. It's basically just a really long tail out. Absolutely could be fish holding in this run. Gotta work it thoroughly. Luckily I have room for back casts here. I'm gonna utilize all that room so I don't even have to bow and arrow cast these fish, don't have to get close to them at all. It will mean that I have to fight them a little longer, and that can lead potentially to more lost fish. So the argument could be made that it's not wise, even if you have room for a back cast, to do that in a small stream scenario like this. But I'm not really sweating it. Oh, got him! Nice fish. Nice fish. He came up, took the dry fly. Woo! Oh no. I never like to see this. So he came up, hit the dry fly. I missed him on the hook set and accidentally snagged him in the belly. Yeah, you know, you never like to snag a fish, especially when the fish really did go for your offering, right? But occasionally it happens like that with dry flies. Just especially with a big dry fly like what I'm using, you know, you're just gonna have those scenarios where the fish comes up to kind of just violently take and misses, and just ends up incidentally getting hooked on the side in the belly or who knows what. You know, best you can do, just bring the fish to the net as quick as you can, get it off the hook, let it go. It happens sometimes, it is what it is. I almost kind of wonder if I move the stimulator around in the top a little bit, like it's a water strider, if that would coax more strikes. Got him. Took the nymph. Wow, this fish is so beautiful. I can already tell from over here. He turned kind of broadside to me. You got this one in the mouth, as we want. Really nice pool here. I mean, shallow for a pool, but this is a small stream. Got him instantly. Oh, lost him. Oh, got another. Oh, these fish are hitting so violently, and they're hitting on the stimulator up top. Honestly, guys, I think I'm gonna have to go with the L-Care caddis. I'm much more likely to get these fish on the L-Care caddis. All right, guys, so I got my dry dropper tied back up, this time with the much smaller L-Care caddis, something the fish are really gonna be able to get their mouth around, unlike that stimulator, which is leading to a lot of lost fish that have come up and taken the dry fly. And remember, the reason that I've kind of made this compromise of going with the dry dropper rig was specifically because I want to be able to target some of those fish that are willing to come to the top. So I don't want to be missing them all because I have a giant stimulator on there. I think the L-Care caddis will serve me much better. I'm just about at my truck here, so I'm going to head up out of the river gorge, go get my polarized glasses so it's a little bit easier to see the dry fly and be able to track it and know when I've had it drown. And then we're gonna hit it again, guys. We got plenty more water up ahead, plenty more, and I'm sure plenty more fish. All right, got my polarized glasses on here. You know, these are the kind of like the gray lens polarized glasses. They do make everything seem quite a bit darker, but your eyes adjust, and honestly, guys, it makes it so much easier to track a dry fly in a scenario like this, where you've got just all this white water and all this glare. Nice broad pool here, not particularly deep. But I'd be surprised if there isn't at least a couple fish here. Yep, came up, took the dry. All right. Just gently sipped it there. I'm gonna bring him right down through the tail out here. All right, so it looks like swapping out to the L-Care caddis and really dialing in the rig is paying off already. So let's see if we can get some more of these dry fly ears. We had a top water hit. Fish might hit again. Yep. Oh, he missed again. Wow. Third time? Yep. Third time. He missed the third time. A fourth time. Didn't even see the fly, just saw a fish rise up there, and you set the hook, and I'm telling you, these little black stones are so effective. So effective this time of year. And this is a very, very tiny fish. Would have been hard for it to get its mouth around that elk caddis for sure. All right, guys, cannot go wrong with that little black stonefly. You know, it's a tough dry fly to use. It's so tiny and it's so dark colored, it's very hard to see once you've cast it. Most often, you really just have to kind of cast it, have an idea of where that fly is, and look for a rise, and then just set the hook. But it's such an effective fly, and the trout eat it so readily, that if you do see that rise anywhere near where you cast, they probably took it. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it is now starting to pour on me. But we're gonna keep on trucking here. I am not giving up. A little rain is not gonna hold me back for some more brookie action, that's for damn sure. Ooh, came up, took the dry, and unfortunately, I rolled him and he instantly got off. Took again, took the dry fly as it drowned. It started to drown and he took it. Not too bad, guys. They're eating the dry even when it's wet. It's probably a little hard to hear me with these cascades here, but I mean, these fish are seriously looking up. And it's really paying off to be throwing this dry dropper rig. I've had more fish take the dry fly than I have the nymph so far. Though I have gotten some of the nymph. And it doesn't seem to be having any impact on me getting decent drifts. So I see no reason not to continue throwing a dry dropper rig rather than just going pure dry. So let's keep at it, guys. Got him. I believe this brookie took the, took the hare's ear. Smaller nymph. There you go, guys. Put him right back in the water. All right, guys, doing well even on the double nymph rig. Now, even though this is a small stream, relatively small water, the double nymph rig I think is working out well for a very specific reason in this case. Because we've had so much rain, we still have a lot of raindrops and just water droplets, I should say, coming off of all the tree branches over the stream, making splashes all over the place. So the splash of this indicator isn't even phasing them right now. And so they're absolutely just munching on these nymphs without giving it a second thought. That said, this double nymph rig, even in a scenario like this, is not necessarily well suited to this water. I'm gonna be popping it off pretty soon. You know, in a lot of these shallow runs, I'm missing a lot of fish that I'd be able to get with the dry dropper. All right, dry dropper back on. Got him. Dry fly taker. All right. All right. God, guys, this is so damn fun. I mean, these fish just take so readily on the dry. So readily. Oh, check this out, guys. Got a little mayfly here. Hooked him right out of the tail out of that little pocket. Wow. Guys, there's a pretty deep pocket just on the other side of this rock. There's gotta be a fish in there. Gotta be. Yep. Get him right back in the water. another beautiful little pool right over this rock. I mean, there's got to be a fish. Yep. I mean, there's no question about it. Like, you start to kind of get an idea of what you're, oh, I lost that fish. Went absolutely bonkers. I mean, you start to get an idea after a while, you start to get a sense of like how the stream is going to fish. And you get to a point where you just know. You damn near just know. Got him. This is the very next pool, guys. Very next pool. Another beauty. Get him right back in there. Another really large pool here. Got him. Tiny, tiny, tiny fish. Oh yeah, micro. Ooh, got him. Yeah. Big dry fly take. It's one of those streams where it's just like it's out of a damn dream. Oh yeah. Nice dry fly take. This is a nice fish. This is a nice fish. Oh yeah. Oh, he's trying to get downstream with me now. Oh shoot. Oh, got him. I thought I lost him for a moment there. Nicest fish of the day. No question about that. Nicest fish of the day. Yeah. Beautiful. Look at that. We got ourselves a solid 10-incher here. Fought like a brute. Took that Alcaracatus with a vengeance. And what an awesome fish. Hell yeah, guys. Nice fish. That's a quality wild brookie out of this exquisite stream. Once again, hit the dry fly, which it is just so exciting when you get to watch him take that dry fly and just explode in the surface like that. Ooh! Had it taken the dry, will we take again? So guys, that was a really great scenario to explain one of the reasons why sometimes, even when the dry fly bite is hot, you get a lot of these dry fly takes that you just can't seem to get the fish hooked right. Well, in this particular case, what happened there was the trout saw my dry fly, but instead of eating it facing upstream as it came down in the drift, it waited for the dry fly to pass and then proceeded to chase it downstream and eat it facing downstream, in other words, facing me. And when that happens, it's very easy and sometimes arguably unavoidable that you're gonna go to set the hook on that fish and you're just gonna pull the hook right out of his mouth. But good Lord, guys, what an enjoyable outing this has been. And it's fantastic to see that a stream which was once stocked, you know, filled every single year with non-native hatchery fish, it is great to see that years after that stocking has ceased, you can have a robust population of exquisite wild fish. I mean, just pool after pool after pool. Just great to see a stream like that. And God, I mean, so much fun. So much fun. Not a single brown trout to the net today. And I guess in a way, if you guys were hoping that I was gonna pull a 20-inch brown out of here, maybe that's a little disappointing, but the fact of the matter is to have found a stream that is so heavily populated with wild trout, and a stream where, or at least a stream section I should say, the headwaters of the stream, to have found that browns haven't infiltrated this far, that's a great sign. It's a really great sign for these fish. Anyway, folks, it is about high time that I wrap it up here on this gorgeous secret stream, and I hope you guys are out finding some secret streams of your own this spring. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit that thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing out here, consider subscribing and following along, and I will catch you guys next time.
right, I'm on my walk back to the truck here, but I came by this spot where I had put the little black stone on, which actually, considering the size and the color, is not too bad an imitation with these tiny mayflies. Figured I'd come back here real quick and see if we could nab one of the fish that I missed last time on the little black stone. Got him. Yeah. Look at this, guys. I was walking through this area and all of a sudden I saw a hawk just get startled, flew up into the canopy, so I decided to come over and see what he was working on over here, and it looks like he caught himself a frog and was absolutely shredding it, but got so scared when I came around that I just left. I'm sure he'll be back to eat it, but pretty damn cool. I was actually interested in seeing if he was working on a brookie, but nope, just a frog.